Let's just pretend like no one saw that, because I'm all by myself talking to a camera. Anyways, hey guys. Since it's my first video, I think a bit of an introduction is in order. So let's kind of get that done. Otherwise, you can kind of like skip to whatever bubble that might be, or I don't know how. So yeah, my name is Raphael, and I decided to call my channel Joat, abbreviation of Jack of all trades. So my background is I was born and raised in Korea, and when I was 13 going on 14, I came to Australia to go to high school all by myself. So I went to the boarding school. It was a very interesting experience. So I studied architecture in university. I graduated with a Bachelor of Architectural Studies, and I've been working in the field, obviously. So my most recent role was as a 3D visualizer at a company, working on a promotional video for this $800 million prison project in Melbourne, Victoria. After that job finished late last year, I took a little bit of time off because again it was a very intense role. I loved it, and then I think that some of the footage is actually available on websites now. So if you guys are interested, you can definitely go and check it out. I put my heart and soul into it. As I was kind of getting back into the job market, this crazy madness kind of came, and yeah. I mean, it's been hard. It's been hard. I'm sure that it has been for a lot of people as well. And I'm sure that we all will get through this, right? So hang in there, and let's just make the most out of it. And that's what I'm trying to do, I think. I have actually been helping out a friend renovating kind of his place and sort of like decorating and putting some of my architectural, and then also as I worked as a trainee before, some of my skills into putting this place together. Because it's sort of my friend's place, I just wanted to make it a little more personal, and while I was doing that, I sort of made a lot of stuff along the way, and I just thought that it would be a fun little video for me to make, and then also hopefully people can watch it, and while we're all sort of working from home and staying at home, we can maybe just get to gardening or DIYs or craft stuff, and hopefully my video isn't so much of a tutorial. I really hope that this kind of inspires people to sort of use a similar technique to the things that they already have, or things they can get their hands on and sort of get creative with. It definitely is a great outlet, and it releases some of my stresses, and then I just wanted to sort of share that with you guys, and then hopefully I will see you guys again soon. Let's kind of get into it. So first of all, I'm going to explain to you guys what the plan is with Lego blocks. Let's go. Yes, these are my Lego blocks in my Bimo lunchbox. Grow up, they say. Nah, I'm good. So this Ikea bed frame that I'm making a replica of was actually donated by one of our neighbors who had to go back to New Zealand due to COVID-19. So shout out to them if they're watching. So I disassembled the bed frame and kept the metal bits and slates, as well as using some of the scraped timbers that I found at the construction site bin nearby, and I combined them together to make a wooden bench for my friend, as you see right now. So let's get started. So these are the metal bits from the Ikea bed frame that I was referring to, and these are the timber that I found at a construction site bin nearby, and here are some tools that we need for the project, coffee and a hat for my long hair.
ignoring the child on the screen right now, basically I used the original pieces from the bed as a reference and determined how many slates I needed for the seating area. And as you can see, because these timber are from a construction site bin, they do have old nails sticking out from them. So if you are using leftover timbers or scrap woods, you will have to clean them up and get rid of any things that you don't want. And then you cut those timbers to the size you need. Bruh. So I have cut 4 of those pieces, and I marked and drilled on the same spot on each edges. And I'm gonna use glue and wood pegs that you get out of Ikea furnitures to join them together to make the same width as the original piece. And you repeat the same procedure for the shorter ends as well. Since this was my first time recording myself working, I have forgotten that there was a camera by this point. That's why I am out of the frame and shirtless, but yeah. And after much needed break, I decided to assemble the pieces together and then let them dry in place overnight. And as I have mentioned before, I completely forgot that there was a camera, so here are some shots of my hair. And because I wanted to use these original screws from the Ikea bed frames, I marked the length of the screw on the drill bits with the masking tape and drilled a hole and screw them into place just as you see right now. So I left the bed slates still attached to their original cotton tapes because it was just easier to maneuver, but here I am just cleaning them up, and any staples that is left behind, I'll just pull them out. So I have decided to insert another timber piece horizontally just to make it a little more structurally solid. And now it's time to put in those slates in place. Because my electric drill isn't the most powerful one, I find drilling a thin hole before the screws gives me a better control of how it finishes, so it is a little more time consuming, but I decided to do it that way. Because I am eyeballing the gaps between each slate, I fixed first and last slates in place first, and then I moved all the slates onto the bench, making sure all the good sides are facing up, and I adjusted the gaps between each slate. Once I'm happy with the arrangement, I marked where the screws will go. after all the screws are in place, I went over with a screwdriver just to make sure that all the screw heads are flush to the surface, so it's ready for sanding. And it's time to sand. Don't forget the edges. And there we go. Also, you can either stain the wood or put a wood varnish of your choice. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and next time I will come back with another DIY video using those white side tables. Okay, thanks. Bye.